Now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. And about the 9th hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani? That is, my God, why have you forsaken me? And some of the bystanders, hearing it, said, This man is calling Elijah. And one of them at once ran and took a sponge, filled it with sour wine, and put it on a reed and gave it to him to drink. But the others said, Wait, let us see whether Elijah will come and save him. And Jesus cried out again with a loud voice, and yielded up his spirit. You can spare the psychoanalysis. Jesus is not feeling down. And he is not feeling merely betrayed or vexed. Jesus is not venting. He does not feel forsaken. Because he is forsaken. Jesus is experiencing what is true. But what happened? What happened to change things so much? What happened to Christmas? Where are the angels singing now? And what about the wonderful day just a few short years ago when he was baptized in the Jordan and the Spirit descended and the Father spoke, being so very well pleased? Or even that day on the mountain peak, at Jesus' transfiguration, when the Father out of the cloud spoke and said, Listen to my Son. Now the same Father turns a blind eye and a deaf ear. He will not hear or regard the one that he asks us to hear and regard. This is hell. This is what it is to be removed from God's sight. This is what it is to be put on mute. But Jesus is suffering in your place. And so he knows that all of this is in fact just. But all of this grief and the pain, it is not despair. It is not unfaith. It is suffering that which is true and very real, and doing it for you. Jesus, knowing that this is just, nevertheless trusts in God. For he says, But you are he who took me out of the womb. You made me trust while on my mother's breasts. I was cast upon you from birth. from my mother's womb you have been my God. Be not far from me, for trouble is near, and there is none to help. Verse 11 begins to sound like despair. But if you chase that text down, all the way to Golgotha, all the way to the period that precedes Psalm 23, then you will hear and know the truth. That when comes that period, and Jesus has spoken and yielded up his spirit, that the psalmist is still very clearly alive.